Jim Carrey fans say he was perfect for one role which saw him win a Golden Globe, but it goes far beyond accolades as his homemade audition tape is shared among fans. Fans of the veteran actor Jim Carrey believe one role he played was perfect for his style of acting. The Hollywood legend, best known for his comedic roles, also had a skill for the dramatics, as he showed in films like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and The Truman Show. An audition tape for a film which saw him win a Golden Globe was shared to Reddit, where users called him the right man for the unique role. Though the film, which adapted the life and death of cult comedian Andy Kaufman, was a financial bomb, it has since been reappraised by fans and called one of Carrey's best movies. Man on the Moon, which saw Carrey portray Kaufman, was lauded by fans of the film as they say he was perfect for the part. One user wrote, "He was the perfect person to play Andy Kaufman in my opinion. I don't think they could have casted a part any better. It could have been Fight Club's Edward Norton in the role, though Kaufman was eventually played by Carrey." A documentary on the making of Man on the Moon was released by Netflix in 2017 and showed how Carrey developed the role. Another fan has praised his preparation for the film and says it is, like Andy himself, portraying the role. They wrote, "I recently saw Man on the Moon, and after getting into it for a bit you stop thinking it's Jim Carrey and truly feel like it's Andy himself portraying the role." Jim had said during an interview about what he was doing to prepare for the role and mentioned that one day he was sitting in a restaurant looking out into the window and pondering how could he be ready as an actor to play Andy. Thinking things like who would be right to be Andy, how could an actor train for such a role, what type of acting? While thinking about all this, he came to the conclusion that only Andy himself could pull this off, and was he thought that up a dolphin jumped from the water across his view in the sea. Then he said to himself that it was a sign and proceeded to study Andy to the point he method acted some parts and literally became Andy so he could let justice be done to this movie. No one but Andy himself could do this, so he projected Kaufman through himself. Others have said Carrey was the perfect man for the role of Kaufman, as the Saturday Night Live comic had been such an influence on the Ace Ventura star. One fan wrote, "As soon as Carrey found out a movie was in the works, he filmed his own audition without being asked. Kaufman was an idol of Carrey's, so he was jumping at the bit to play him." I also believe, I could be wrong, that Carrey had wanted to pitch a Kaufman movie to studios for a while. Carrey didn't want anyone else to be considered for the role, so he sent the audition tape before anyone else had a chance. The bongos he plays in the audition were actually the ones that belonged to Kaufman.